into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Well. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Dum. Well, Pink Sneaker, she's dead. She's gone, my girl.
Well,
she's dead.
She had a good run.
She did. She had a good run. But hey, what's up, everybody? You're tuned into AfterBuzz TV for Power Season 2, Episode 3. I am your host, Bamm Ericsen, and I would like to introduce my panel.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Kennelia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janeisha. New to the panel, but excited to be here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yes, and I have a little message for you guys. We love hearing from you, so keep on sending your tweets and your comments because we do read each and every one of them. And don't miss the chance to take our very important listener survey at podcast1.com. Your responses will help us to make this show the very best it can be. It'll only take about 3 minutes of your time, and you'll get the instant gratification that comes with knowing that you helped us out, okay? So you can tell us how you really feel about the show and help us to get to know you better. Do it now. Take the survey at podcast1.com. Okay, that's podcastone.com. And keep those tweets and comments coming.
All right, so let's get into it. Do you guys think Tariq knows that his dad is a drug dealer? We touched on this a little bit, but now we see more of Tariq in this episode. So do you think that he knows it? No,
I don't think so either.
No. Mm-mm. And me and Bam had this discussion offline when we were watching episode 3, and I was like, what does this kid think his dad does? You live in an apartment. You're a black man at that. Live in this kind of condo in New York City. That has to be about a $10 million condo apartment.
That's like different strokes,
right? And he thinks his dad just owns a laundry place.
No, he thinks he owns the
club because
but he just got the club.
Yeah,
they've been living there.
I think that he has. He knows something is up, which is why he's asking, because he made the comment when they were in bed. You know, well, their other dads don't work in a club and get shot at. So for me, that was a clue. And then when he goes over, when he and Tariq are having their school project with the Gucci boxes, then he's asking Tariq about his dad based off of what Ghost had told him about his dad has been put away. So he knows something. I'm just not sure if he knows that his dad is selling drugs.
Tariq is 25 years old out here, and he doesn't know that his father sells drugs. I mean, maybe they've done a great job of hiding it. Ghost has done a great job of keeping his record clean, so I can see how you could keep your kids in the dark. But when you got that kind of money and your dad isn't like a legitimate Wall Street dude, or he doesn't own anything bigger than a nightclub for that amount of time, because they've been living like this for a long time. You gotta assume something as a kid.
And I think too, the kids probably at his school, he's probably having these conversations, and like you know, different things are probably coming up now, so he's a little old. He's old enough, I think, to understand, to fully comprehend that, you know, maybe something is up, you know.
And there's one other thing before we move on. Remember Tasha's mother? She threw salt and shade every chance she got when they were in the house having breakfast before the kids went to school. Big Mama has. I think he knows.
And when your grandmother and your mother are talking, you listen. I don't know any kid that's not like, you know, like waiting at the door to try to see what they're talking about. And grandma has no problem openly saying,
what's up?
Yeah. So I'm not accepting that Tariq doesn't know.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think he does.
Okay, so Tasha's thirst trap is not working anymore.
Ooh.
So
Sure got the juice like that.
So do you think that he has stepped away from Tasha because Kanan told him to, or do you think that he's fed up of the games? What do you ladies think?
I think it's a mix of both. And I'm a little surprised that she's so shocked that he's pulling back. You kind of told him to step back. You know, like, hey, me and Ghost are good. So, but then I also think his father has such a hand into, like, what he does, you know. He doesn't make his own decisions. I think his father just has so much influence on him, so...
Yeah, I agree. You can't play a young dude for so long and expect him to just keep on chasing behind him, because she done got naked in front of him like 3 times. Mm-hmm. She, you know, will be like pushing up all on his body like, oh yeah, but then she didn't take the bracelet. She plays too much. It's silly. So when he called her, what did he say? You're like a big sister to me. Ooh. That was perfect. There you go.
That was
your big sister, Tasha.
Yeah.
I would agree. So then my next question is, and this is specifically for you two ladies.
Oh.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so is Keisha breaking the girl code?
Yes.
I say no.
Oh, okay. I want to hear why.
Mm-hmm.
I say she's not breaking the girl code. When your homegirl is married, the rules don't apply to a dude that's not her husband, or her legitimate like side piece. Mm-hmm. Her and Sean has never had sex. Lakeisha even told her that she's gotten butt naked in front of Sean.
Probably not.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So all Latasha knows is all Keisha knows is that she's, you know, flirting with this little dude. He's fine and he's the driver for Ghost, but that's it.
Okay, I get your point.
Okay.
I get your point. I guess I was under the assumption that they may have had that conversation like, hey, I've been flirting with him, I've been doing this and that. I mean, of course, we don't see that. But I was under the assumption, because as friends, you know, you talk about that kind of stuff. And then, well, I guess no, because when in the car, she was like, you feeling my girl, but then it was like she turned off she sent the phone to voicemails, the call to voicemail. So maybe she didn't know.
I don't think she knows. So if that's
in that case, fair game.
Yeah, if that's the case, you can't call dibs on a dude and you already have a husband and that is not your legitimate side dude.
Okay, but if she did know, then definitely breaking girl code.
Then she would be breaking girl code. She would have to say to Tasha, you know you married and is this legitimately your side dude? If she said yeah, then she should draw the line. But she never said anything.
Okay, so now my opinion is, I think that Keisha is breaking the girl code, and let me tell you why. Okay. You are getting all the Gucci hand-me-downs, all the what's the shoes with the red bottoms? She's getting all of the hand-me-downs. Okay, she's being hooked up. Regardless if it's been established that it is that, you know, that Sean is a side dude, you know that Keisha has a thing for Sean because she said, I guess you don't have him on your leash anymore, and the fact that she knows that that their relationship is not working and that Ghost is cheating. Okay. So you know all this information, so you need to pipe down. You need to keep getting your Gucci, your Gucci bags and your shoes, and you need to stay in your lane and find another man.
But she's a hater, though. She's hating right now.
This is the thing. If I go out if we go out to the club, right, and I see a dude and I know him, and I'm flirty with him, and I'm just like, if I don't tell her that I'm interested in him, like, girl, that's me. That's all me. That's me. Then there hasn't been any line drawn. Okay. She has to say, that's me. I don't think she's violating because, hello, Latasha, you married and you done showed him your boobies 4 times and you haven't done anything. So after a while, you got to just knock it off. He's not yours anymore.
Okay. Well, so what do you think about Keisha and Sean's relationship, or their flirting, or what do you guys think about that?
I think trouble. I think it's definitely gonna cause some static. But I mean, they have, I guess he likes the attention too. What's your name's playing too many games, so Tasha's playing way too many games, and then he works all the time. You haven't seen him with any other love interests, so maybe he just needs that affection. And this other lady, I mean, she's giving him that time of day and she's kissing him and stuff, so
I agree. I mean, do you, Lakeisha, do you, boo. She already lives in the hood. She says she doesn't want to take her kid over to Tasha's house because it's gonna make the kid feel a certain way. She splits custody. She's getting hand-me-downs. Let the girl get a little nookie. Let her have something. Dang. She can't have nothing.
I think it's something's gonna come from it. I could see them kind of maybe having something going on for a little bit, but Tasha, I think, is gonna
I agree
try
with
to
that.
infiltrate that.
I think she's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Now I'm gonna pass it over to Kennelia.
Hey guys, so we want to tell you about something really cool and exciting. You can now apply to Dance Battle America, ABC's newest competition special, from our very own AfterBuzz founder and e-host Maria Menounos and Julianne Hough from Dancing with the Stars. ABC's special Dance Battle America. Let me say it again. It's a special on ABC, Dance Battle America. During the holiday seasons over the last 2 years, Julianne and Maria have engaged in a fearsome dance battle via social media. You probably have seen it on Twitter, Instagram. They have been flying around. They've gotten other people to participate, like Amber Riley. A lot of the old people, not the old people, but some of the people who were on Dancing with the Stars at one point have participated. Once the challenge took off, everybody joined in and the dance battle craze began. So now the ladies are challenging everyone in America to battle it out for a chance to fly here to Los Angeles and compete on the dance show. Here's an opportunity of a lifetime. If you want the chance to dance on network television, go to www.dancebattleamericacasting.com for more information on how to submit your video. And remember, you don't have to be a dancing pro like Julianne Hough. Just have fun with it. That's why Dance Battle got started and it took off. So once again, submit your videos to dancebattleamericacasting.com right now. Don't wait.
All right, and so now let's continue back with Power Season 2, Episode 3 on AfterBuzz TV. Okay, Tommy is getting on my last nerve right now because he does not know when to shut up. So
He's such a loose cannon.
I think he's totally getting beside himself, letting Kanan in on the business. What do you guys think about that?
I agree. But from both perspectives, from Tommy's perspective, all he knows is that Kanan is the same dude that went in before he got locked up. He was down with them. They were running behind Kanan. So for him, he's probably like, shoot, what do you mean? This is Kanan. Like, why can't I tell him the business? He set the business up. Mm-hmm. And Kanan is playing right along with it, just playing Tommy. I just
see Moo the fool.
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude.
But even after Ghost says we need to reacquaint ourselves with him, he's been locked up for 10 years. Do you still think, or do you think Tommy's not listening? Tommy is just doing whatever he wants to do.
Tommy always does whatever he wants to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think when it comes to Ghost, Tommy, I kind of feel he's loyal to him, but I still kind of feel like he wants to be the head man in charge and make those decisions. At least that's how I feel. And I don't know, because if we look back, how many times has Ghost told Tommy, don't do this, or be careful with Holly, or be careful with this, and he still kind of just does his own thing. That
I will agree with you on that one, but I don't think that Tommy wants to be the head man in charge. Okay. He totally. I'm trying to think of a group like. He's not Tito. But he doesn't. He's Jermaine. He's Jermaine. Okay. He doesn't want to be Michael, where he's at the top. Guy. He has all the attention, but he has his fair share of decisions and the group and writing songs and so forth. So I disagree with you just in the sense of he doesn't want the attention.
That main title.
Yeah, he's kind of the guy behind the scenes who likes to do certain things. But there's something that has resonated with me that Tommy said. Tommy said, Ghost ain't never had a good idea that he didn't steal from you. That for me is a major clue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But once again, even if you're naive and even if you're excited that your friend is back, just business 101, you don't tell somebody that the dude that's ahead of the business can't come up with his own ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, and then on top of that, season 1, I don't recall Tommy going to the prison to visit Kanan.
No. And
But
go ahead.
Not to cut it in, but I mean, if you think about it, not Tommy. Ghost. Jamie's real smart about keeping his image squeaky clean. So that's probably why he didn't want to be affiliated and go to the jail and visit Kanan while he was there. At least that's what I think. Because nothing ties back to him.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he didn't visit, but he made sure he was taken care of. Everything was on the books for him.
That was a good point.
So that's what I think when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so then what do you guys think about the whole ordeal? Because Ghost is in Miami, and so he has a conversation with Tommy where you need to go talk to Q-Dubs. You need to go talk to them and make this right because they still can't, they don't have any distributors for all of the cocaine that they have in the warehouse. And so do you think that it was a good idea for Kanan to go to, I think it was Queens, right? Queens with Ghost, with Tommy?
I thought it was a terrible idea.
Well, obviously no, but from Tommy's perspective, yes. Thinking as Tommy, why not? He was here when when everything went down, when we set the blocks up, yada yada yada. Kanan was the dude. So from Tommy's mind, he's like, sure, come on. But you were the originator of this in the first place.
But do you feel like I felt like he hesitated at first when he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come along. He kind of was like, Then he was like, well, I guess. At least that's what
Yeah, he did hesitate.
He hesitated.
I thought about it, and I'm gonna disagree with you, ladies, because if you peep Q-Dog, I keep calling him Lil C's from Notorious. When I see him, he's Little C's from Notorious. And so when I see Lil C's, there's something shady about his character. And so I actually think it was best that Kanan went to Queens with Tommy because Q-Dub probably would have tried to kill Tommy.
I don't see that. Mainly because Q-Dub is upset that Roller got killed and he's upset about the situation. However, he knows if he killed Tommy, then Ghost will kill all of them. And I think they still have that level of respect for the situation that they're in the hierarchy. I don't think he would have killed Tommy because if he killed Tommy, he should have basically just put the gun to his head and killed himself.
But Kanan was sitting in the corner all by himself. He didn't say a word and Q-Dub went off.
True, so but that doesn't mean he was gonna kill him.
Okay.
I think that it got extremely violent when Kanan decided to come at Q-Dub's mama. Like, you don't do that, So I think prior to that, it just got a little intense. But I don't think anyone would have gotten killed. Even though he brought up, how are you guys so sure that Rolla wasn't killed by Lobos and them? Oh well, Ruiz. Sorry.
Yeah, and then accuse him of unless it was you guys.
And think about it. Tommy went into this situation. He needs them.
Yeah.
He needed them. So let's say Lil C's would have kept coming at Tommy. Tommy wants to sell this dope. He is all about dope, the dope game. So I think he would have diffused it as much as he can to try to keep getting him back on his side.
Agree. Yeah. He was trying to diffuse the situation and like, the only green that we need to focus on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm back on you guys' side. I think that Kanan totally was a shit starter.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and it seemed like his character, when he got there and saw the situation, it seemed like he wanted something like that to happen.
Like some war.
Like it wasn't an accident, like, oh man, I messed up, I killed everybody. No, it seemed like when he got there and he saw the situation that was going down and he started talking back and forth, he was like, let me mess stuff up even more.
Yeah.
And just shot him, boom, right here.
Oof, that was so graphic, brother.
Yeah, that was extremely graphic. Yeah.
Good God.
And then Tommy fell right in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at that point he had to, unless she was gonna die.
And then killed the little homie in the.
Don't shoot me.
Why was he visible?
Just in the back, like.
As soon as I would have heard the gun,
you'd been down on the ground.
I would have been down. I would have been visible. I'd have hit under the sink or something. Like I would have not made a peep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he sometimes, but you know what? We don't know what we would have done. Yeah, I don't know. And these are street dudes.
Yeah.
So let's say you hear gunfire. Maybe he was the dude like, yo, what's going on? And he wanted to try to help.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He gone now. So.
Yeah, he gone.
Speaking of the guy in the wash house in the back counting all the money.
Mm-hmm. I think his name was Victor or something.
It is Victor. There's no air conditioner.
I was about to say.
I mean,
if he passed gas, it's a wrap ski for old boy. I was like, yo, it ain't no windows. If he pooped, it's in there. It's like it's in there.
That's what you were thinking.
I did. I was like, yo, if he passed gas, it's a wrap. There's no window, no fan,
nothing. I mean, and you're in that little small room with all that money. You don't take a lunch break. I mean, like.
No, he doesn't use the bathroom, take a lunch break, or fart.
That's probably what he took for it. He said, I got my glasses.
Yeah.
He was like, hold on.
But anyway, so while that's going on, then Kanan goes into the bathroom and calls Dre because Big Mouth Tommy revealed that Ghost went out to Miami to get pink sneakers. And so he tells his boy Dre to get out there ASAP. And so now let's go into this Ghost, Angela, Greg, Lee, Dre, pink sneakers scenario because there's a lot to go into. Okay, my first thing is it me, but is Angela delusional?
She's in love. She's all spinning, all full of lust.
For her, no. She don't know. She doesn't really know. Think about it. She just walked into his life recently. So she don't know the longevity. She only know what he's telling her. She's never even seen Ghost and Tasha interact with each other. Like she has never watched them. So if this dude is saying, and this is not Ghost talking, this is the Jamie she grew up with, the young dude who had her back from day one. She taught him Spanish. If he's saying, I'm gonna leave my wife and I'm gonna do this, that, and the third, and he pulled himself from the bottom, opened up a nightclub, you assume he's about his business. What he says he's gonna do because he has made all of his dreams come true thus far. So he's telling me this. From her perspective, I believe how she believes him.
But what lost me is when they were having a discussion of moving to Miami, and she said, so would your kids come for the summer to attend school? Bitch, are you kidding me?
In the summer? Is it summer school?
Well, you know, the kids can attend year round, but do you really think that the mother of his children are going to allow you
No.
No. Now that was a little naive, but, and I'm not saying I'm team Angela. I'm just trying to argue from the perspective of a woman who is going off of just a man that who's telling her this. When you trying to get a dude to come over to your side and like be with you, you gotta say stuff that'll sound great to him. Like so the kid's gonna come. No, good and damn well she don't want those kids down there. Like, and that's just like, oh well, the kids, we have a room set up and we can have a movie night. Like she probably doesn't even care, but she has to say it.
I think she's delusional a little bit. I mean, but I get it though, because we women do that. You know, you're in love with a guy, you want this fairy tale, blah blah blah. You tend to like overlook a lot of things, to to think that things are gonna be perfect. But a lot of it is just like bizarre to me. Like, why does she think that Tommy? Well, that Ghost and Tommy, Jimmy and Tommy don't have that relationship where he'll know everything that's going on with him. 27 plus years of friendship, he knows something. And you think that, no, he's not involved at all? I think that's so delusional. I think that's totally delusional. And I think her being, she's what, the USA, she's an attorney. For, yeah. Mm-hmm. She should know enough about, that type of...
But maybe not because she's married to her work. Just when she even mentions the fact that she's dating a guy, she feels she comes off as a very Pop-Tart, very high school like.
She's happy.
Yeah.
This is what I think. I think she's looking at the situation. How Ghost is Jamie and Ghost. Mm-hmm. I think there is Angela and Angie. I think Angie is is the girl with the street smarts. When we saw her with Nomar put the ponytail in the hoop earrings, like with that, I think that's Angie and Angela. So I think Angela is looking at the Tommy and Ghost's relationship. She's thinking, from a business perspective, I ran your background, it's clean. Tommy's not, is not. You have done this and Tommy has done that. So I think she's looking at it professionally, like you can't be in relation to Tommy because your record is clean. Instead of thinking like Angie, like, y'all been cool for 20 years.
You know
you know something. I think she's looking at it. I think she's not using her street star smart.
So then does that make her delusional?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what I think.
Or naive.
Naive, okay.
I also think that I'm a little torn between Greg. I don't know if he's as what I call a chicken head, or does he keeps giving Angela breaks. And I know last week I gave somewhat of a spoiler, my apologies, but obviously it was revealed, they had, Greg was upset that Angela broke into and got his password to get the information for hearing Tommy's video. So that came in the episode 3. But I am a little unsure with Greg because he says that he's going to report her to Mike, and then she kind of sweets talk him, and then now he's too flippity floppy for me, and I'm not sure what my opinion is about him. I don't know if he's a cluck or if he's using her to get ahead now that she's off the task because she's not going to get credit for it.
I think he's using her. You can't tell him somebody that keeps delivering on the information. She broke into his voicemail, but then she came back with some info. Like, yeah, but the license plate, check the license plate, though. Like, he can't. Otherwise, he's going to be out here alone. Because even though Angela is she's reckless with how she's approaching it, she has all of the good leads they've come from her.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he can't tell on her. Or he's left with nothing.
I don't know. I feel like detectives and all of them just have this, like, they have to crack the case, so it doesn't matter what they have to do. At least that's what I feel like in most cases, like when they're investigating these type of these cases, like they go hard, like, and so any bit of information, if he can get it from her and get the credit, why not?
And speaking of information, because we're going to flip-flop, but we're going back to that big fallout between Angela and Ghost. But speaking of information, so Ghost is now, or Jamie is in Miami to obviously go after Pink Sneakers, but he's also there to get the paper signed from the guy Lee at the club in Miami. And so Angela looks at the paper, as a good wifey would do, and she realizes that this is a stupid contract and nobody will want to sign it. And so she then offers information. She offers to help him by getting information when she goes down to the office. And so she basically she helps him. What do you think about this Lee character? Do you think that he and Jamie, do you think they're eventually going to join forces? Like, I am on the fence about the storyline. What do you think?
I think it will get that way because what he said was, he said something about this is a deal and it'll eventually work out, but I can discuss something with you at a later time. We'll talk about it later. So I think he planted that seed because obviously if this dude has all of the connections in Miami that Ghost wants, and they're both under the same dude that they can't stand, it will be stupid for them to not come together and use that to benefit both of them. Because he was saying to the dude, he had a reputation for like not being able to pay or do something, and he would pack up in the middle of the night. Ghost has stability, this dude has the connections. So it would make more sense for them to do something together. And he said it. So I think I don't think they would give us that without letting it lead to something.
There was something about if that does happen, I don't think that it will go through. There was some cocaine-ish, crack-ish ways about the way he was acting, as if he's not stable. He's filed for Chapter 7. He's filed for Chapter 11. I don't know if he's going to be around 2-3 months later to be able to join forces with Ghost.
To me, he's definitely a weak link because, like you said, the first thing I know is when he did this when Ghost was leaving, and so I I kind of think that he's a weak link. However, it would be nice for someone to stick it to Stern because he's just getting on my nerves now. Like, you know, he's just out here for everybody's business like that. He didn't work for, like, yeah. But I don't know.
But Tommy does coke too. So if that's the case, should he get rid of Tommy? Because Tommy is on that blow, guys.
Yeah, he's such a
maybe he's the same type of person, but just in a different setting. Maybe Lee is the corporate Tommy.
Interesting.
You got me, and on that note, I'm gonna shut up.
Okay.
But I have another question.
Oh my God. Or not.
I lied. Do you think that Ghost has a right to question? Why is Ghost blowing up your phone? Like, are y'all still in a relationship?
Oh, why is Greg blowing up his phone?
Yeah, Greg.
Most men don't have a right to ask that question, but y'all ask.
True.
So, old boy, you gonna keep texting?
Wait. Hold on one second, because if you want to do that, then why anytime that we're on the phone, why do you girls always do this and look over us?
Who we texting?
I'm saying.
Who texting us?
Who texting us? Who's texting me?
No.
Who's texting us?
Us.
No, it is.
What did they say?
Listen, I feel like in a situation like that, guys like to dish but can't take. Like, and that's something I know. I've always noticed about guys. You guys can dish but can't take. He got his thing going on with his wife, and you know she decided things like wifey. But
let me defend my men.
I mean,
I get that, but listen. You know I'm married. You know I have kids. You know I have said that I'm going to put off the divorce because things are not right, and you're still willing to mess with me. You're still willing to come to Miami with me. Then he
asked her, so he's the insecure one. But maybe he's not insecure. He knows Greg works for whoever he works for. He knows that's Angela's colleague because he saw his sweatshirt when he stalked her at the pier when he went fake jogging. So he knows who Greg is or what Greg does for a living. Maybe he was saying that to try to see what Angela was gonna say. Like, oh, so I thought y'all were done.
I think there's a twinge of jealousy there.
Yeah, he did look hella jealous.
Even when he saw them on the bridge, his response was more than just like, oh, something's up. Like, I gotta be careful. No, he was legit jealous. Like,
ladies, let me ask you this question. Have you noticed have you noticed Ghost, his facial reactions when they're having sex?
Yes.
He's a little crazy.
He's very, very psychotic. And then I think session number 1 or 2, when he was like, I just don't get it.
Meaning that wanted to end or something. She was like, she was like, yeah, whoa, buddy. Whoa.
But it seemed as if he was saying, I don't get it why Greg is...
I don't know. When they're having sex, I don't think it has anything to do with Greg. It only has to do with Greg when they're like, when it's put in his face. Mm-hmm. When they're having sex and he's zoning out, I think Ghost really wants to be in this alternate life with her.
But I think what Bamm is talking about is, did you notice when they were having sex that one time, and the phone was ringing and Greg's number was showing up?
Oh, I missed the phone number showing up.
Yeah, that's what happened. Honestly, though, I had to go back and look at it again because I thought when the little drip, I thought it was a tear at first. I'm like, wait, what? He crying? I had to go back, look at it, but I realized it was sweat. Sweat.
Take back everything I see.
Yeah, no, but I think that's where that male ego comes in. Like, no, this is mine. I'm about to tear it up. Yeah, so forget Greg.
But even if you,
crazy.
Yeah, if you think back to some of the sex scenes with he and Tasha, mm-hmm. he has this look on his face. Look. It's kind of.
Maybe that's just how he gets down.
I don't just.
I tell you one thing, he looked good naked each and every time, so he can keep. If that's what you got to deal with, then I will just deal with it.
We'll take it.
If that's what we got.
No, okay, but going back to his facial expressions, not just when they're having sex, even when I think there was a couple times when he was there with her. like hugging her, and like his face would just go into like this like pensive, like, yeah, you're not pulling wool over my eyes, you know. It's like, I got you. Like, he's just telling her whatever she wants, telling Angie whatever she needs to hear, but in the back of his mind is like something else. Like, I noticed when his facial expressions got really serious every single time, you know, especially when they were on the balcony, I think, like talking after he came out the phone with Tommy.
I think he believes it though. I think in the back, it seems like he's torn between really wanting to be with Angela, really wanting this to be his life, but not knowing how to feel about what she does for a living and try to figure out if she's really about him or if she's playing him. So I think it's like all of those emotions crashing into each other. But I think he really wants whatever he has with her.
So wait, do you guys think it's like a crocodile tears though when he was there?
That's
crying?
crazy.
Well, before we go into crocodile tears, let's just go into that whole entire scene period when they're cuddling on the bed and she asks him, you know, can you really trust Tommy? What do you think about that entire scene and him and she wanting him to testify against Tommy?
I thought, like I said, I think she's delusional for thinking that he doesn't know anything. But I found it to be a little funny that he got all, you know, dramatic and upset. Like, you already knew all of this stuff. But I guess he's playing his role. Like, he already knew that she was this attorney working on this same exact case. Like, he knew all this information. But his reaction, really, to her, it would come off as if he didn't know anything. So he's a great actor for that, by the way.
Yeah. I think a part of it was he knew what she was looking for, but he didn't know what exactly it was, because this whole time he didn't know if she thought it was him. He didn't know really. He just knew she was looking into something in relation to what they had going on. So I think it was like a punch in the face, like oh shoot, this is what it is, and it is not me. So I took it as him being like, oh shoot, so me and her still can really be together. Like me and her really aren't tainted. It's me and Tommy. Like, to me, it was like all of that coming into full circle and him being like, damn, so now what?
And then did you see the reaction when she asked him in regards to Tommy if ever he heard the name Ghost?
Yeah, he was like,
he played that off smooth.
He did.
He was like, no.
Never.
Omari be acting his ass off. He be acting his ass off.
Something else that I noticed is when Angela asked, you know, are you going to leave me? He was like, no, I can't leave you. I love you. He never said that he's going to testify. He just said, I can't leave you.
I think he really loves her though. Like, I do too. Like, somewhere in his mind, this might be his escape. Like, this is this life he can start with her, and it could actually be this perfect life. But because I think he has like a loyalty to Tasha, but it's just at the end of the day he still feels like she's just about these dollars, you know. That's what I think, you know, and that's the mother of his kids. Yeah, but I felt like it was slightly sincere when he was crying. Like,
oh yeah, he was really like, he was serious.
He was in.
Yeah, he's all in with this, and because now the question is, who do you pick, your girl or your best friend?
I think he wants to pick both.
And if you pick your best friend, you basically sacrificing yourself too, because there's no way to cut the cord.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's what the tears were about. Like, okay, so if I choose her, then Tommy goes up the creek, and then I go with him, because Tommy's not gonna let me throw him under the bus without going down with him.
Not at all.
And if I choose Tommy, then the love of my life goes away too.
I think at that point though, I would, like, if it was me, I'd have to say deuces, Angie. Like, I can't throw, like, because either way, if you look at it, it's a lose-lose for him.
It's a lose-lose.
You know, I don't know.
What you think, Bamm?
I can't say.
Oh, because you saw everything.
I can't say.
Fine.
But the last thing we want to talk about is the takedown of pink sneakers. For me, I particularly love this episode. I loved how they were in Miami.
I did too.
Omari's suits, his suits, the color of his suit, everything about that was just real hot. Angela, I really, really like this. But for some reason, I love the scene between Dre, Ghost, and Pink Sneakers. They're fighting, trying to get to her first, and Dre got to her first. And I also like the fact that Pink Sneakers, which it was revealed that her real name is Mariella. She didn't snitch.
Yeah, she didn't.
She did not snitch.
Go to the streets. But I mean,
I wanted her to.
I was like, just say who it is.
Yeah, but she did not snitch.
I mean, you know, because maybe, and I don't know what it's like to be stabbed, but she still has a family.
Yeah.
So if she snitches on Kanan's like, oh, word, you snitch, he can kill everybody that she knows. You know, you just gotta take your loss. She's been terrorizing people since we don't know when, since before whenever. That's just how it goes. You charge to the game. You kill people, and now you've been killed.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad to see her go though.
Really? Bam! I'm just saying it because that's your friend.
Yeah, I'm a little sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Womp womp. She's dead.
Yeah, I know she's dead. Goodbye. Anything else before we wrap up?
No, I mean, I think it's good to. I'll save it for predictions.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right.
Never mind.
So now let's go into co-piece of the week.
Cold piece of the week for Power, episode 3 of season 2. It's a toss-up. For real, honestly, it could go to Big Shoulders for killing Pink Sneakers. It could go to Sean for saying Latasha looks like his older sister. It can go to Tommy for being a simp once again. It could go to Angie and Ghost's hotel bedroom where they had sex 92 times. It could go to anybody, but I think I'm going to give it to my girl Lakeisha. Whole piece goes to Lakeisha. Sometimes a girl gotta do what she gotta do. And I don't know if y'all have ever been around a fine ass dude who was single and in your mind available. You just gotta go for the gusto. She has a son. She wanted some companionship. Keisha has opened up a debit card, a bank account, and has all this money or whatever. Sometimes you just need to satisfy yourself. So go ahead, Lakeisha, get your groove on. And I know Carmelo Anthony is probably pissed off at home watching this kissing scene and what's next to come, because Lala already previewed or said what we should expect in episode 4. So Cold Piece goes to my girl Lakeisha. Let us know who you think Cold Piece should go to. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook using hashtag Cold Piece.
All right, now let's go into predictions for episode 4.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
You guys might think I'm reaching for this one, but I think that Miss Tasha is going to, she's been playing all these games, but I think if it's revealed to her that what's his name, that Sean and her girlfriend are hooking up, I think she might put it all out there and get down with the get down in the bedroom. So that's what I think.
What do you mean put it out there?
Give it to Sean. Give him
gotcha.
the draws.
Gotcha.
I think that would put a little spin, because I think she would think she has him back on his wrapped around her fingers, and then I mean, he's not gonna say anything, and she ain't gonna say anything. So I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Scandalous. So people on YouTube in the comments were not feeling my prediction about Angie being pregnant, so I got a couple more for y'all. Okay. I think one prediction. Once Kanan finds out who Angie is, because Tommy's gonna tell him that Kanan is going to try to do something to hurt Angie just out of spite for Ghost, to try to get Ghost more off his game. And I say that because every time we see Angie open up the door, it's real scary, it's real eerie. She always, like when the jury dude delivered the jury to her apartment, when the massage therapist came to her door, it always has a feeling that somebody is there to get her. So I feel like something is going to go down with her in the apartment, and it's going to have something to do with Kanan. Or another prediction, since y'all weren't feeling the pregnancy one, I think in order for Ghost to save Tommy, that he's going to give up Kanan instead and use him killing all of the RSKs as a way to do all of that.
Those were some really good predictions. And I won't say anything, but those are really, really good predictions. And I'm trying to think, what can I say?
Bamm has seen 92 episodes of Power.
Not fair.
All I'm going to say is that it's going to turn up really these next couple episodes. And oh boy. I'm just not. I can't say anything, but just know that it's about to turn up when, now that Ghost and Angela are back home. It's gonna get real, and that's all I could say, because I don't want to give anything away, because you guys are gonna come for me on social media. So if I would love to really tell you what happened, but I know some of you guys will be mad. But don't be mad, because we'll be back next week. So make sure you guys let everyone know where you could be found on social media.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also find me, Bamm Ericsen, and two of our other co-hosts on our new podcast titled Happy Hour, available on iTunes.
And you can find me also on Twitter and Instagram at Janeisha_MissVI. Check me out. Yeah.
And you can find me on all social media at Bamm Ericsen. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV for Power Season 2, Episode 3. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein
Also
are those of the
another-
hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.